Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am the Crypto Crow, and today we are going to be talking about a significant project on the Cardano blockchain that I'm sure many of you know about already. But we're going to go into some stuff that you probably don't know. And I have, this is the first of a series of upcoming I guess you could call them review videos about various projects on the Cardano ecosystem. I'm doing this for a couple reasons. Number one, because I feel like it is a way for me to kind of express the safety, lack of safety, different things that I consider when I'm looking at a lot of these different projects. My metric system is going to be a little different. You can check the little button up below or up on top of my head for the video that kind of breaks down the new metric system that I've created. It is I would say it's a work in progress to some degree, but I think it's pretty comprehensive. I think it brings a lot of things into perspective, and I think it's very fair. And I think you guys will have to be the judge. You'll let me know in the comments below. This video is going to be a little bit longer because of the way I'm going about things in this video, but I'm going to break down my metric system, the point system, the overall total score, what that score means. Then I'm going to go into some pretty significant updates to this project. And I think it should help everybody kind of better understand what's coming moving forward. I would like to maybe do one of these review videos maybe twice a week. And I'm going to be doing a lot of other stuff too, including a lot of more deep dive TA in the near future. So be ready for that. So let's move forward with this. We're going to start with this. This is a lovely graphic. Now, this is my metric system. I go into all of these different variables to the metric system. Each one of these has 1 to 5 points based off of where it falls, where that particular variable falls. And so we're going to just kind of go down this list here and touch on these. Number one, market capitalization. This is for World Mobile Token, WMT. Now, I've been very bullish on this project since inception, and they have continued to prove themselves over and over and over again. When I get to a lot of these, when I get to the segment where I'm going over some of the significant updates, I think you guys are going to realize that that there's a lot happening. There's a lot coming. So the market capitalization is under 1 billion, which, you know, it's getting 4 points for that. The trade volume is under 10 million. So it's only getting 2 points for trade volume. Listen, 10 million is decent, right? I mean, that's pretty good. You should be able to get in and out of an asset pretty easily. I may even change that and make that a better variable to increase the point, because I mean, under 10 million, yeah, I mean, it could be better, and I think it will continue to get better, especially when I touch on some of these updates that I've got for you. Circulating supply is under 30% of the total supply. The total supply is under 100 billion, which, you know, listen, when you're talking about a project of this magnitude, you know, 100 billion or less tokens, while I mean, it's still an insane number of tokens. Okay. You know, Cardano itself is a strong layer one, obviously, that a lot of people are going to be building on. And it has, like, I think it was 36 billion, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, but under 100 billion, cool. It's only got 2 points for that, which that's not that great. Social metrics, it's getting 6 points because it's fair. Why is this the case? Well, if you look at the video that I linked above and you go over my metric score, some of these things, some of these variables have a 2x valuation. So it's only fair, but it's getting double the points. So it's getting 6 points instead of 10. Okay. Because social metrics is a really big deal because it gives a perspective as to what the community is like, how large the community is, how much is that excuse me, how much is that community driving up interest, adoption, all of that fun stuff. So social metrics is a very significant variable to this that I think is extremely important. The team, it is a doxed team with experience, so it's getting 4 points. Mickey is doing a phenomenal job. And even though the team details are very difficult to find, they're there. They do exist. The use case demand, it has global demand. This is going to help people. It's already helped people all over the world, Africa, the US. It's moving into other territories. They're working on trying to get into China. And the time of existence, this is also another 2x variable. It's only been around for 2 years. It's getting 6 points for that. But time of existence is a big deal to me, because the longer a project exists and continues to fight the fight through multiple cycles, the more points it will get overall. So, projects that came around in 2017 and are still pumping, still going strong, they're still being developed, they're reaching new milestones, they get more points, up to 10 for that. Security audits, there aren't any audits that I've seen anywhere. There aren't any smart contract audits. DEX holders, there's over 20,000, so it's getting 5 points for that, for a very high number of DEX holders. Hacks and scandals, it's only getting 2 points, and I say none. However, there was a bit of I guess you could say a social engineering hack that happened recently, but it wasn't a smart contract hack, so I don't count that. But it was a bit of a scandal. But it was addressed very, very quickly by the team, and it wasn't when I think of a hack or a scandal or something, I'm thinking of like some sort of rug pull. I'm thinking something dishonest from the team or somebody in the team, stuff like that. Not necessarily what had happened. Layer 1, yes, and it gets 5 points for that. So the total score for this right now is 43 points, which means it has potential. It falls in this 36 to 50 point range and has potential. Anything above 51 points is likely safe. Now, I believe that World Mobile Token is very likely safe, but some of these numbers are not necessarily where I would like to see them. Now, the other side of this too is this isn't about is World Mobile Token a good investment? That's not what this metric is for. This metric is more about basically breaking down some of the key elements, some of the key variables that make it potentially popular, successful, easily tradable. What is the demand like? What's the chatter like? What is the team like? Can it make money? Absolutely. I think it's going to do very, very well in the next market cycle. But for me, what I've noticed in these cycles is we have a lot of newcomers that enter the cryptocurrency space. They buy into an asset, they watch it go up, they get caught in the hopium and all of the FOMO, and they don't get out. And so this, to me, this is more of a safety score related to, if I bought into this asset and I missed the peak of the market, how likely is it going to continue performing until the next peak? Okay, that's really what this metric is about for me, because a lot of these cryptocurrency projects are going to do very well in the next bull market. We know from experience that you can almost throw a dart. If it doesn't rug pull or doesn't scam people, it doesn't end up in some major court case or something to that effect, it's probably going to do very well. And then it's more of a difference of, well, how much better will my money do in this project than this other project? And so for me, I've taken more of an interest in what I believe is to be safer projects out there. And given that Cardano has launched the smart contract functionality, continues to grow and add to the ability for people to create projects on the Cardano blockchain, I know that there are going to be a lot of companies, a lot of greedy hands out there trying to build a lot of just flimsy, flammy projects to try and capitalize on the loyalty, the interest, and the attention of the Cardano community, because many of us have been around for years and just accumulating and learning more about Cardano. And I think that there are going to be a lot of people that come to the plate to try and take advantage of many of us, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this. And I'm not going to go into deep details about all of this, but I'm going to start diving into some of the big news and things, the updates that I think are very relevant. In the London, UK Access Wire, July 6, 2023, the decentralized wireless network operator World Mobile has announced the appointment of Manoj Kohli as an advisor, a seasoned telecoms leader with over 40 years of experience in the industry. Manoj, is it Manoj? I'm not quite sure. I'm terrible with names. You know how I roll. Has served as the country head of SoftBank India and the CEO of Bharti Airtel. It's a pretty big deal. Manoj Kohli said, "I'm excited to join World Mobile as an advisor. I believe they have a unique and disruptive proposition that can revolutionize the wireless industry and create social impact. I look forward to working with Mickey and his talented team to support their growth and expansion plans." As the CEO of Bharti Airtel, Manoj led operations in 20 countries across Asia and Africa, scaling its customer base from just 2 million to 400 million to make Airtel the third largest telco in the world by 2015. He also led the formation of Airtel TV as a leader in DTH services and Indus as the largest tower company in the world for achieving major infrastructural synergies. So very big news on that front. World Mobile secures licensed spectrum in the U.S. This is big deal. There are approximately 24 million people in the United States living in digital deserts without broadband access, including approximately 19 million people in rural areas and 1.4 million people living on tribal lands. World Mobile has secured up to 20 megahertz of spectrum in markets within California, New Mexico, Nevada, and Utah, states which suffer widespread underconnectivity, especially within rural regions. The secured spectrum will pave the way for the deployment of decentralized network infrastructure, air nodes, within these states ahead of the planned launch of air node sales. I really want an air node. I really, really do. With licensed spectrum secured, World Mobile will become a full member of the GSMA and be officially recognized as the 52nd mobile network operator in the USA, pending approval by the FCC. This is a big, big, big deal. This is one of the most legitimate projects on Cardano, and honestly, one of the most legitimate projects in crypto, if I'm honest. Completely mind-blowing what's been going on. Recently, Chainport announced that World Mobile Token is partnering up with Chainport to bridge World Mobile Token across Ethereum, Cardano, and BNB. Big news. This allows World Mobile team to continue working on connecting the unconnected. Now, it's not what you know. At Who You Know Crypto. Now, first of all, I want to thank this gentleman for helping me compile this list of updates because over, I don't know how long it's been. Make sure you follow Who You Know Crypto. He only has 466 followers. He deserves a hell of a lot more because he put all of this together for me for this video. And he even shot a video, but it was very, very, very long. And it would have taken me many, many hours to edit that down. So I figured I'll just go with it and do it myself. But he's working on it. I'm convincing him to start his own YouTube channel. But he does a great job. So make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. Who You Know Crypto. Make sure you follow him. Just tested the fiat on-ramp and bought my first batch of World Mobile Token directly through the beta app. Looking forward to the official release. Keep smashing goals, World Mobile Token. Mission accomplished. They are starting to launch fiat on-ramps for World Mobile Token. This is a huge deal. I'm telling you, it's a huge deal. Now, this is Expanding Horizons, World Mobile's global progress in mobile connectivity. All over the place. I mean, plain and simple. Kenya, Mozambique, Nigeria, Pakistan, Zanzibar, all these different places are expanding, and they're really starting to trend with World Mobile. I'm telling you, the growth is insane, and there's so much more coming. Another one with Who You Know Crypto. He really loves World Mobile Token, and this guy's sharp. Look at the trend of tokens being bought every week in its USD value. This is with only 15,000 users. Imagine 1 billion users. I've done the math, and it's face melting. World Mobile Token, next round of buybacks is tomorrow. What's your guess on how many World Mobile tokens are purchased? I'm going with 16,969. And if you look at this chart, you can see basically one of the plans, and this is ultimately what I think is happening. World Mobile Token is funded to some degree by, its token growth and all of that stuff. It's tokenomics and I'm sure a lot of other things, business investments and the like. Now, one of the things that they've been actively doing is buying back their tokens. And their plan, I believe ultimately what these guys and gals want to do is they want to continue expanding on an international level, growing the company, and they want to become one of the top telecom companies out there. And they're starting off by basically acquiring and building the markets that none of the other telecom companies want to build. They don't want to touch them for whatever reason. It's not populated enough, and it's not cost effective to do it the way that they do things. But World Mobile Token is doing all of this with these big balloons that are connecting everyone in these mesh networks and the different nodes. And these nodes are operating and powered by World Mobile Token. But ultimately, I think World Mobile Token wants this to be like they want to own the majority of these tokens, and I'm guessing they would much rather have a much smaller supply of tokens on the market, if any at all. And they're over time buying these back. Okay, and if you look at this channel here, if you look at this chart, you can see that they're growing in the number of tokens they're buying back. Generally, it's pretty uphill. Okay, and they're buying more tokens at higher prices on a very regular basis, and a lot of this is based off of its usage. Now, when you look at the math, road to $500 per World Mobile Token doesn't need a bull market. And that's the beauty of it. It doesn't need a bull market. It doesn't matter what part of the market it is. What matters is its growth as a project. What matters ultimately is how many markets are they functioning in? How many unconnected are they connecting? Because these people are utilizing the service using World Mobile Tokens as well. So it just makes sense for them to basically be buying these tokens up as possible and basically reducing the number of tokens on the market, increasing the value of what's left, and continuing to grow that way. I think it's brilliant, really. So weekly buybacks, they would be buying back 10,000 with 140,000 users, 100K with 1.4 million users, and it just continues to grow. So over time, as users and adoption continues to expand, they're going to be buying back more tokens, and those tokens are going to get more valuable. And this is CZ of Binance basically talking about World Mobile Token, saying that, these guys, he doesn't say them by name, but he's talking about the project. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it. Let me see if you can hear it.
So once we have those, this technology will continue to evolve. So we would love to. I also talked with other projects. There's a project using balloons that stay up, like, I forgot, it's 300 meters or 3 kilometers above the air. They can cover like a 70 kilometer radius for internet service provider. We look at that. So there's a bunch of other things we would love to do. So anything that builds infrastructure from the internet technology, Web 2, Web 3, we're very happy to do.
So yeah, that's basically him saying, this company that basically connects people using these giant balloons that cover like 70 kilometers, and this company is bringing new people into Web 3, and he's like, we definitely want to do that. We want to support them. So finally on this list is the World Mobile Token Scan. This is giving you all the information you could want about, where the tokens are being used. The total number of air nodes right now is up to 415. Total network consumption per 24 hours, 1 terabyte. Unique users over the last 24 hours, 14,031. So as this number continues to grow, as will the price of World Mobile Token ultimately, and as will the value that they're buying these back. Network uptime, 465 days, 2 hours, 52 minutes. It's a beautiful thing. Listen, there's a lot of ways that you can track this stuff, like these air nodes. Air node host revenue, $88.95, and it's basically showing you what the air nodes are, the consumption over the last 24 hours. What is the revenue over estimated monthly revenue for the air node host? So they're making about $90 a month for that air node. There's just a lot of data and a lot of metrics. Have you ever seen a telecom company be this transparent, especially so early on in its development and its building? I honestly think that World Mobile Token is going to become one of the biggest telecom companies out there. At the rate they're going, they're bringing on the right people to help. I absolutely love it. And I think think that so much is coming. And overall, while my metric says, it's only a 43, these metrics are ultimately going to change in time as all of these other numbers grow. And it won't be long until it hits a 51 green light. But I am already a holder. So I'm already into World Mobile Token. I have been for years now. And I just think that, and I'm watching the price steadily go up. I mean, it has been going up. I think it was down at like 3 cents. I think now it's at like 13. So, listen, I mean, you guys do what you feel is the safest bet for yourselves. There are never any guarantees in the cryptocurrency space, as we all know. But this is definitely a project that has been doing very, very well. I'm very bullish on World Mobile Token. And it was one of the highest scoring Cardano based projects in the ecosystem. Okay. There are a few that already have some green lights that I'll cover, but those were easy. And I wanted to start with World Mobile Token because I think they really deserve it. So until next time, guys, grow your coins. I will see you very soon.